Okay. But then you figured out the approval game.
I actually met a young lady. She go by the name of Smooch. I met her and I started going with her. And eventually, I was just like tired. I was like, I can do this on my own. So I stole the game from her and eventually did it by myself. And I masterminded the diamond game, getting solitary stones.
Okay, so break down how the approval game actually works.
Right down. Let's see. So, we'll get a credit card, any card, like a prepaid credit card. We'll get the guy to print whatever name we want to use on the credit card, and then he'll make the ID. We'll give him, our passport picture. He'll make the face for whatever name we're using for that card. Mind you, it's a prepaid card. Let's clarify that. It's nobody else's physical credit card. And we'll get our little crew, assemble our little crew, go inside the candy store, get a cash advance off the Visa for $8,500. And once the card decline, the teller asks you, would you like to contact your bank? Or sometimes we'll just, say I need to contact my bank for security purposes. That's probably why the card is declining. We contact our bank, which is our co-conspirator on the line. She like, thank you for calling Visa Merchant Services. Sarah, can I get your account number, please? Expiration date, name as it appears exactly on the card. We tell them all that. My name is such and such. I'm here in Bank of America. My credit card is declining for $8,500. And I need to know what's going on with my credit card. For security purposes, could you repeat the last 4 digits of social or your mother's maiden name? They'll, depending on what kind of security questions they'll ask you. The co-conspirator continue to review my account, ask to speak to the teller get on the phone. Hi, this is Sarah with Visa Merchant Services. Can I please have your Visa merchant number? Teller give the co-conspirator the Visa merchant number, come back to the phone. I am showing that funds are available in Miss So-and-so account. I have a verbal authorization code. Do you need to have a pen and paper handy so you can write it down? If the teller need help to put the transaction through, the co-conspirator guide her how to put it through, depending on what terminal she have. If she have an FD-150, depending on a Verifone, whichever terminal the teller has, the co-conspirator guide her through that transaction the whole time.
Okay, I guess what I'm asking that seems a little weird to me is, okay, so let's pull out one of my credit cards here, right? Pull out a Visa. So on the back of a Visa is phone numbers, real phone numbers. So do you guys print out a card with your own phone numbers on the back of this thing?
He can.
Huh.
He can put the 1-800 number, which is the 1-800 number is transferred to the mobile number of the co-conspirator.
So you guys are making your own credit cards based on actual prepaid cards. So the credit card isn't fake, but the information on it is a little bit fake.
Absolutely.
Aha. And does the actual person at the store or the bank take the card and call the number on the back?
They can't. Sometimes it admits situations where they'll call the number on the back.
But the number is going to you anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, as long as it's the 800 number.
Or you're saying in certain situations, you'll call the number. If you're the one going in, you'll say, okay, hold on, let me call my bank.
And I'll hold the credit card up in the air so because the cameras is watching. And I'll be dialing, I know the 1-800 number by heart, and I'll dial a 1-800 number.
Okay. And then the authorization number that you get, that's not a real number.
No, that 6-digit number is not real.
It's just some random 6-digit number. What are they supposed to do with that number?
They enter it in a system.
But if they enter it in the system and the number's not valid, won't the system kick it back?
It's a manual transaction is what it's called, or a forced sale. So banks and companies are not supposed to do forced sale transactions, but they do. Some of them used to do.
Okay, and look, it's one thing to go to some mom and pop shop where you have some minimum wage retail worker that doesn't really give a shit, that's just doing her job and whatever, here you go. But you're going into an actual bank where these are actual trained employees. There's a manager right behind them that they could pull in that is supposed to know what they're doing. There's cameras everywhere, inside and outside. At any point, does anyone say, something here doesn't look right?
No.
Really? Even in the banks?
Even in the candy store, no.
Wow. Oh, you call the bank the candy store?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it now. Took me a second. So you're getting a $6,500 to $8,500 cash advance, even though there's no money on that card.
So in a candy store, they'll say whatever your credit card limit. So of course, we wouldn't go over $10K because of the IRS. We don't want to bring no red flags to us. So we never went in there and got a cash advance for over $10,000. But in a jewelry store, you making purchases however much you want to make a purchase for.
So how many times would you be hitting banks in a typical week with this particular situation?
So I will go in a bank at least 6 times a day.
6 times a day, but different banks?
Different banks.
Okay.
Or credit unions.
And so 6 times a day, let's do the math. Well, if it's around, let's just say 7,000 average, is that a fair number? Or 8,000 average?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
That's
just say
a fair
8,000.
number, 6,500.
6,500. So let's just say 7.
Mm-hmm.
$42,000 in a day.
Mm-hmm.
All cash in your hand.
All cash in my hand.
Are you doing it? Like, are you doing this yourself, or do you have a little crew of people that are?
I had a little crew. I started off doing it myself when I was doing it with Smooch, but then eventually I got my own crew.
Okay, and these people are friends of yours. They're, because you're including people into a crime. So obviously one of them gets caught and snitches, and now everything is getting brought down. So how do you trust these people?
You think they're your friends. Until it start crumbling down,
that's
you
what I'm
realize
saying.
who your friends really are.
Okay, so these were just your personal friends at the time?
Some of them was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? They would kick back a certain amount of money to you?
Everything was straight down the middle.
Oh, they were split it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were doing 6, visits a day, how many were they doing a day? Same thing?
It depends on how they feel. I wouldn't force nobody if they feel comfortable doing whatever, 2 or 3.
Okay. Well, you finished high school, you got an AA degree, and you actually had a full scholarship to Cal State East Bay, but you ended up not going because you were making too much money doing this. Do you kind of regret that in retrospect?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here you are, 18, 19 years old. And how much are you making per week during this time?
It depends. It can be from $65K to $120K. It depends.
Okay. So $100K a week as a teenager. I mean, you could have a $500,000 month if you really hustle.
If I really
every
hustle.
day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with this money?
As quick as it's coming, as quick as it's going.
So what are you buying?
I ended up buying it. Eventually, I ended up investing into, I bought my ex a detail shop. I bought me a laundromat.
Okay. Those are the big purchases. But along the way, are you
jewelry, cars,
clothes,
dumb stuff.
Clothes,
everything. I mean, so the same way we was going into the candy stores is the way we was going into Louis Vuitton, Gucci. We didn't have to pay for nothing.
Oh, so you're using the same cards to buy stuff?
In the designer stores.
Aha. And they're going through the same process.
Same process.
Along the way, does anyone say, any of the stores, anyone's like, nah, we're not going to do this?
It was a situation we were in, I want to say Detroit. And the lady was we was in a Louis Vuitton, a lady was very skeptical about the purchase. She was like, no, you can't use my phone. She was like, you can use your own phone. That was perfect. Okay, I'll use my own cell phone. Still got her. Not boasting or bragging about it, but it had been situations like that where, they get skeptical. Like, no, you can't use our phone. We don't know who you calling.
Okay, so you're making a bunch of money, and you start a date, and then you get pregnant. How old were you at the time?
I believe I was 19.
19 years old. Still a teenager. When you got pregnant, were you like, yeah, I want to be a mom? Or it's like, my life's a little crazy right now. Were you considering an abortion maybe? Or
I don't believe in abortion.
Don't believe it at all. So you're like, I'm pregnant. I'm going to have it. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay. And the father, were you guys together?
We was together.
Okay. So he was involved and everything else like that?
Yeah, and
in
then
the
he
raising?
eventually went to jail.
Over the same thing you're doing or something else?
No, selling drugs.
Oh, it's a D-boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now you're pregnant and you have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking at this point, okay, now I'm a mom and it's not just about me anymore. I don't want to be a mom that can't touch, provide or even touch your baby because I'm in jail, because people do get caught doing this type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think at that point?
I thought about that. Like a lot came across my mind. I was feeling like I'm happy that God allowed me to have a baby to where I can have somebody who loved me like I love them back, because I didn't feel that. I felt that void when I was growing up. So I was excited. And also a lot of thoughts came to my mind, like, I'm knee deep in the game. What I'm going to do, like, something got to give, because if something happened, who will raise my child?